Gotta give him the address. Yep.
I will give him the address.
Okay. Afterwards. Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Smart.
Well, what's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. And there you go with Michael Anthony Fitness Reaction, Gig Economy, and also CNC Extraordinaire Programmer. And what? Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank God for the YouTube, because you can learn a whole lot of stuff on YouTube. You may not know how to do it, but I tell you what, you watch the video, you'll be pulling out a diesel engine and replacing it in no time, okay? Because, of course, everything on YouTube is always correct. So we are here. Today is the last day of rookie OTAs, and I know a lot of you guys are watching USFL, and I hate to try and pull you away from those exciting games, but we're going to try to. Now, we are still being held hostage. We are held hostage by the whim of a madman. And, of course, we started this a couple months ago, our Sunday afternoon live stream, and I really enjoy it because I end up getting to hang out with some of my best friends over here on the YouTube. And let me bring in the panel here. And everybody, how's everybody doing today?
Hey, guys.
Good.
All right.
Happy
Let's
Sunday.
see. I see Vado. Vado, what's up? What's up? Well, glad you are here.
Vato salad.
Glad you're here. We got Victor Foreman. What's up, Victor Foreman? How you doing?
What's up, man? Everything good. Everything good.
Everything's good. All right. We got Prime Time Phil. What's up, Prime Time?
What's going on? What's going on, guys? I'm glad to be back. Very glad to be back, honestly.
Well,
Nice little studio there.
well,
Thank you. I mean, I got to just go in different lights. I didn't have a mood in which way I wanted to go. So I just said, you do your thing and I'll be over here.
all right. And then, of course, we've got Roland's Review. What's up, Stacy? How you doing?
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hi,
Stacey.
Stacey.
Hey,
What's the good word, Stacy?
I didn't hear you.
I said, what's the good word?
The good word. What's the word? Thunderbird.
What's the price? 20 twice. All right. We got Blue Virus in the house. What's up, Blue?
What's going on, everybody?
Ooh,
Hello.
what's
Be
up?
here.
Boy Blue.
Just living the dream, man. Just living the dream. And then we got Troy Daniels, who's mad now because he's seen the latest Tom Landry print that we've done. What's up, Troy?
Not much here. Hey, I'm excited. It's the one of a kind original Mark Holmes.
The original.
CNC.
Fuck up.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay. And
Imitated,
then,
never duplicated.
and then we got Thomas
Exactly.
Garrett. Thomas Garrett's inside, and hopefully he doesn't have them damn Titan fans up in here starting some shit.
I know that.
What's up, boys?
Thomas, you're mute. Your mic is muted, man. You got to unmute your mic,
What's up,
man.
Brian?
Bro,
What's going on?
Brian.
can you hear me?
Yo,
Where's Thomas at?
There you go, Thomas. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
There it is.
we done lost your picture.
Lost my picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where you're at. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear your voice.
Oh, there you are. Well, talk some more so your picture comes up. There you go.
There it
Okay.
There he is.
All right.
Well, I found out today, not only would I be going to the Tennessee Titan game here in Nashville against the Cowboys, but I will also be going to the Dallas Cowboy game when they play Chicago this year.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Oh, you're gonna rub it in our face. 2 games. Okay. I mean, somebody got a bonus this year.
Oh, so lucky
And I would
you.
also like to
I
say-
went to 2 last year, but I don't know about yeah, we'll see.
I went to the Buccaneers one.
Yeah. Only,
And
Yeah.
I would also like to say happy 53rd birthday to Emmitt Smith today.
it's hard to believe Emmitt Smith is younger than I am. Damn.
He's only a year older than me.
Yeah. Well, he's 3 years younger than me. 3.5 years. God, I'm old as dirt.
How old's Emmett? He's like what?
53.
53 today.
Yeah, I'm 50. So.
Aaron, I
33.
Darren, I'll be 54 next
As soon
month.
as you said 50, you can see Mark's face kind of like envious, like, man,
Yeah.
get out of here with
Let's
that.
see. Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anybody on the welcomes? Because the thing
I'm
is,
50, but with the Cowboys, I'm probably like 65 in Cowboys years.
Yeah,
let me see.
like
who
dog
did-
years.
Exactly.
Okay, trying to make sure I didn't get. Did I get Arthur Macon? Arthur's mute. His mic is muted. All right, so I'm gonna ask him to unmute, and I'll go back to speaker view. There we go. All right, so good people, we've had our rookies out on the field, and we didn't have any of them puking like other teams had some of their rookies. How are you guys feeling so far about what we've got? Anybody feeling better? Feeling worse?
Good.
I feel pretty good.
I like
I
the
ain't
young. I like forward to the future, not so much this year, but like definitely for the future. You know,
I think youth brings excitement.
you don't know what you have there. You don't know
We
what you
need
have.
excitement in
It's
life.
really
Yeah.
exciting, and you
Until
can
they
get
start
excited.
Yeah. Like until they start practicing and screwing up. Right now, it's,
Nation?
Yeah.
youth is
What's
excitement.
up?
But I mean, we got talent. It's not like just youth. We got youth and talent.
Yep.
So I think we're looking strong. I really do. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. That's
I
true.
mean, and now with the whole Anthony Barr rumor, like I was crying for last
You
week.
were definitely like, Mark, what do you think about Anthony Barr?
Listen, it makes a lot of sense, Mark, if we get Anthony Barr.
It would.
6'5".
It just takes the pressure off the young guys to have to come in. You got Damone Clark, who's already on the field. He's going to see time. It just
You're gonna have to keep him off that field. I think that's what's nice about that. It's like you're gonna have to literally say, "Dude, you cannot go out there. You can't stay still."
He's
I don't know
definitely
if you guys
chopping at the
saw
bit.
Zeke running the other day
22.
at I don't know if you guys heard
22
how
miles
he
per
looked.
hour.
Yeah, he's looking good. Like I said, I stand by what I said last week. After the year, Zeke will sign a team-friendly deal to stay with the team.
I can see that.
And we may have Pollard back. We probably won't. But
Well, here was my thing
Depends
that
on how well
I actually was uploading video, and for whatever reason, whenever I record a video using my streaming software, it just takes a long time for it to upload to YouTube. So it probably just got live a few minutes ago. But here's an interesting take on Zeke, and I'm not ready to say that Zeke is washed up because he's worn out. You could look at Todd Gurley, and we knew Todd Gurley with the arthritis in the knees, he just was not physically able to run because of a actual ailment.
I mean, that made sense too. I mean, they just got done playing in the Super Bowl, and then they got rid of him. Like turned around and got rid of him. I mean, that meant something.
Yeah, but you could see him in the playoffs. He was going downhill real quick, and it was the arthritis in his knees.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe Gurley came out of college with that arthritis.
he did.
He did.
Could be.
Right.
Okay.
He did.
Well,
and then plus, people got to look at it too. We didn't have a good offensive line either.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah. He's
Like,
right.
Another
You know,
exciting thing. Yeah, the fact that we're going to have Terrence Steele at right tackle, and he's going to be the right tackle unless there's an injury. He's going to be there. He's not going to move around.
Like it.
Even
That's
if there's
big.
an injury, I don't want to move him around.
No, he was a. I mean, I venture to say that if he stayed in there, I'm not going to say Pro Bowl, but the level he was playing at the beginning of last year was really good. So, and then as soon as we moved him to the left side, he had no confidence coming back. It's your footwork is everything as an offensive lineman. So,
Yep. Right on the money right there, man.
Not to mention the arms. I mean, you got to get them in a good position so that you can keep that you can stay upright.
Well, here's my thought, okay? And this is where I was sitting here because I work in the workshop and things, and my mind just kind of runs crazy and stuff. And after seeing that he ran the 22 miles an hour by the team's GPS, speed-wise, if you think about the last 3 years, and everybody you can point to and honestly say Zeke's numbers have gone down. Okay, is that because he's physically broken down as a running back, or are there extenuating circumstances? Because here's where you start looking at this. Think about 2019. Wasn't in training camp because he was holding out, right?
Right.
So do we look and say that he was physically in great shape to start the season?
No.
I think he was.
I don't think he was in that great shape.
He wasn't in football shape. He wasn't in football shape. He might have been in shape, but he wasn't in football.
Yeah, there's a big difference. Because, see, the thing is you've got 14 padded practices in training camp. Right. After that, you only have 11 padded practices during the season. You're not getting in shape during the season. You're basically maintaining with whatever you've got. So to me, I'm going to say you probably weren't in peak condition going to that season, not having worked out and had preseason with the team.
I'm not to 80%. Not to mention, he didn't have a line to run behind. You know,
there you go, right there too. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Fast forward
with Troy Daniels.
Fast forward to 2020. It was in June that we found out he had COVID. Right. In the middle of June, he did that interview where he's saying, "Oh, I feel okay. You know, I haven't been able to work out for the last couple of weeks," and you kind of see him kind of struggling to breathe.
I think they're finding that COVID kind of leaves a scar in the lungs.
That's one of the things that they say, that you can lose about 10% of your capacity. Yeah, you know, your breathing capacity
from COVID. So right, I could attest to that.
So, is it possible that he wasn't in great shape going into training camp last year? I mean, the year before, because of COVID, and having lost Dak, lost Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins, you know, was gone, right? So, was that his body is physically broken down from the hits, or was it conditioning?
It was conditioning, I think, in 2020.
I think that. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He looked soft to me.
You know how it goes, Mark, when you're in a contract, dispute. Yeah. You're going to sit home. You're going to get fat. You're not going to do nothing until you get paid.
All right. Well, check this out, though. Here's where it's interesting. If we go to the start of last season, because they've said, "Oh, Zeke Elliott, it's done," you know, and everything else. Check this out. When we started out the season, Tampa Bay, he averaged 3 yards a carry. That's the outlier, only 11 carries. But then against the Chargers, 4.4. Against the Eagles, 5.6. Against Carolina, 7.2. Against the Giants, 5.2. Against New England, 4.1. Minnesota, 3.1. And then Denver, 5.1. Does that sound like a running back that's just physically can't run?
What's he normally averaging?
Well, that averages out those first 8 games to 4.7 yards a carry.
Yeah, I'll take that all day, every day.
Yeah. Now, here's where, he tore his PCL, Tyron Smith goes out, and all of a sudden, now look at these numbers. 2.9, 3.6, 2.8, 3.5, 3.8, 3.3, 4.1, and then 1.8. Clearly, he didn't get old overnight. He had the PCL, and the offensive line was shit. If you get the Zeke Elliott for the first half of that season, you're gold. So
we could debate all day about taking Zeke at number 5 over Ramsey. That's a debate. But we cannot debate Zeke as a football player and where he's at. Mm-hmm. Zeke is good. He's fine. Last year was the only injury he's ever really had.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Oh, line, you're right.
First 8 games of the season, he averaged 4.7 yards a carry. We know he had a PCL tear that they didn't rest. He played through it. And he ended up with 4.2 yards a carry for the season. So that means the second half, after he had the PCL tear, he was averaging about 3.5 yards a carry.
Give or take.
Give or take. Somewhere in there. So it's not that his body physically can't respond. And if you look at that and say, the last 2 years before, there's definitely some questions on whether he was in conditioned in shape because of the holdout in COVID. At least we know he can run a 22 mile an hour, he can get up to 22 miles an hour running wise, and he's got a whole off season where we're going to see if he's going to get in shape. And if he's in shape like he started the season last year, and we end up having an offensive lineman that's a little better,
Yeah, an offensive lineman
offensive line.
Be pushed. Mark, you played, the D line.
Yeah.
What you try and do is just penetrate. You need to gain the line of scrimmage. You have Biotish, who needs to get his ass in gear. He's getting pushed back into Dak, and you have Connor Williams. The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have Connor Williams.
Exactly.
God.
So hopefully that's
it's funny to me because everybody, the talking heads, they lost Lyle Collins and they lost Connor Williams. Their offensive line is going to be. It's like, wait a minute, Lyle Collins, I don't think is better than Terrence Steele. I don't think should have been starting over Terrence Steele at right tackle.
If he had it, he'd have took the job better.
Yeah, people get caught up in the names. And,
and Connor Williams, the penalty magnet, and how many times did he get lifted up and dropped in Dak's lap?
Quite a few.
I'm sorry, I never liked him. I never liked him.
Mark Torres, what's up, man? How you doing?
If a quarterback can't step up in the pocket, they ain't happy. And our O-line was not allowing Dak to step up in the pocket. He was always having to slide out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You need to have you need to be able to step up in the pocket and throw the ball downfield.
I think you can make the argument with a lot of people where they would say that maybe Linnell Collins is probably still, he's better or any of that stuff. But I would say, Steele being younger, and you already know what you have with Collins, and it's a declining time, and
he's not going to get better
have there, and you don't you've already seen the upside of Steele, but what can it go better? Your potential has not been fulfilled within that spot, and if you can leave people alone in their spots,
bro, it's like they always say. If it ain't broke,
Steele is home,
change it.
Exactly. Mark was Steele undrafted.
Yes, he was. Yeah. And here's the here's the thing with Steele.
An undrafted guy did what he did at the beginning of it.
Let's just back it up. Back it up for a second here. Back it up. He was an undrafted rookie during COVID, which meant there was no off season with the team. There was no preseason. Nobody thought he would have to be anywhere near the field, but then, of course, Lyle Collins came in, too heavy and messed up his hips, and all of a sudden, this guy's thrown in for 13 games, and not having a preseason.
His body of work the previous year. Look at his body of work the previous year. People would have were in negative about it.
Oh, my God.
And look at the positive on that after that.
The way he came and played this year was the funny thing was when you don't talk about an offensive lineman, they're doing a great job. You only talk about an offensive lineman when they're screwing up.
Yeah, the only ones that were sticking up for Steele were the coaching staff. And and so when they make these picks, you can't, okay, well, I got to give you the benefit of doubt. It's the free agency that's going to kill us. It's the free agency part, not getting those.
Yeah, go ahead, Stacey.
You don't have to worry about him, at least up to this point, trying to bribe,
the testing.
See, you know what you have.
He just had too much working against him. And, for you, particularly after he made that statement, when you remember when he got into shape and I'm going to be there for Dak and the team. And then you say one thing, but you do another. So,
yeah, exactly, Stacey. At the end of the day, availability is
your best ability.
Your best ability.
Yeah,
and that's Tyron Smith's problem too.
And
availability is everything.
Is to continue to act as.
Oh my God! Hold on. I have to respond to this. Shank Johnson, who I believe is an Eagle fan, trade Dak for Winston, bench Zeke, Cowboys 2022 ring.
And then Eagle fans will stop shaking. That's when the moment they'll possibly stop shaking.
Crack is back.
Oh man,
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Sure, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
All right, y'all gonna make me say what I said last week.
Go ahead and say it.
Go ahead, Tom. Cocaine and crack.
These Eagle fans have been the Eagle fans are last year's Washington Commanders.
Did you see Philly 500 schedule? His record.
He's got us at 9-8,
and Eagles got 12 wins,
and sweeping us.
Man, you got to be. I don't know. I'm sorry, Philly. That's embarrassing.
Rock, what's up?
Mark, give me 1 minute. So on Thursday when you guys had that live, my bad I wasn't there, but I was cooking at this guy's house here around where I live. He's worth about $100 million. So we were cooking for him. We had a pizza joint.
Damn.
And I'm cooking it, whatever. And all of a sudden, this guy is performing here. And I'm like, okay, I don't know country. I was like, okay, cool. And all of a sudden they said, oh my God, it's Wade Bowen. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know who that is.
That was my response there too, but okay.
But I took a picture with him, you know, and the good thing is that they love my cooking. So I was excited about that. But I do apologize, you know, I missed that, you know, but it was a good time though. But I do have great news for Stuart though. You know, I spoke to the guys from here, from the tailgate. I need to know the dates so that they can all join up, and they're all going to come. And we're going to bring all the tailgating tables, chairs, everything that we need.
Okay. I'm still working on those dates and stuff on there because I've got some things that I'm working on this end and trying to coordinate it. And I've got a bunch of people who want to come down and help, like Gina's daughter and her boyfriend want to come down and be part of it as well. So I'm figuring out how we can get everybody down there, the tools and all that stuff there. So I'm looking still at the first week in June. It may kick back one more week just because there's some people that want to fly in and trying to give a little bit more time for them to be able to get a flight because the tickets may end up being pricey and stuff.
Yeah, I emailed you my number, so just text me. Shoot me a text just to give me a heads up.
Okay, that sounds great. And by the way,
get that smoker ready.
No, thank you for bringing that up. Hold on, my bad. Get that smoker ready for past a week and a half. I've been not a week and a half, honestly, like a week.
And right now we are over. And let me say this on that whole situation. And if you guys don't know, Stuart Morrison takes care of my Discord and fantasy football stuff. Stuart is dealing with some inoperable cancer. And what we're working on or planning on doing is we're going to be going down to Dallas early June to actually do some work and stuff on his house to help his 79-year-old mother. We've raised over $2,600 right now. We're hoping to get at least to $5,000 because his house is a wreck. We need to do things like windows. We've got roofers that work on AT&T that are going to be putting on a new roof. It needs windows. It needs painting. The bathrooms got issues.
Hey, Mark, did
and stuff.
You reach out to the local media down there?
I have not.
You know, that's. I was thinking about it. If you drop that, little information, if you can get a contact with somebody down there, you might get people willing to donate. More stuff locally. Yeah, just because it's such a like a good story.
It is a great story.
Yes,
it's a great. Yeah, and I'm.
Awesome. And that's where Mark Torres.
I'm not smart in that area, but that's an avenue you should investigate just to make it easier on you.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean.
Well, what I need is somebody who's down. I have one person who's works with Century 21 and stuff, who is found the roofer and stuff for that. And she's doing some leg work to try and help me out. She's in Alaska for a retreat, but she comes back in a few days. So I'll be actually working with her as well. And that's where I said I need a little more time to get this together. But what I'm hoping is we're going to get some people that want to volunteer and help out as well, because, and work for food. Because Mark Torres, who's just cooking for, you said Wade Bowen?
Yeah,
okay.
Wade Bowen
and stuff. They're going to be helping us tailgating and cooking some food out there as well. So, it'll be a great kind of meet and greet and help out one of our fellow YouTuber fans. Inoperable, yeah. It's a rare form of
the smoker. I've been standing down the smoker.
There you go.
It's shining, man.
No, yeah, it's gonna get painted. I'm sanding it down to restore the whole thing. The inside's gonna get done tomorrow.
The bottom line is you got Mark over there who's, he's the king of smoking. I think I'm good, but I think Mark's got me. So you better be on your game, Rock.
Too.
Oh boy.
Rock's like, challenge accepted.
Yeah, right. We'll have a cook-off. But see, the problem is all my stuff's up here.
That's why you need that.
He's got home field advantage, man.
RV.
Mark, you send whatever. We'll send it right back.
Okay, all right. But yeah, we're still.
He wants no excuses.
We're still working on getting this thing together.
Let me know if you want to stay at my house. I have enough room.
Okay.
I'll spare 3 bedrooms. So you let me know who wants to come.
If I end up coming down, I'll be there.
There you go.
Let's go. The only issue though, I live an hour away from Dallas.
Well, that's not that far.
It's better than what we live.
Yeah, I was just saying. That's actually pretty close.
Google mapped my drive. I think it's like 24 hours. So.
Yeah, mine's a couple of days.
Yeah. Well, Brian, you're north of me, right? You're up in close to.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if you're familiar with South Jersey. I'm right in the middle of Atlantic City and Philadelphia, right on the AC Expressway there.
Uh-huh.
So I'm about an hour and 40 minutes away from where we met up last year, Mark.
If I can get the stuff together, if you could get to my house, I think I can get you there.
Yeah, I mean, like
if
we'll
wait
and see the dates, and
right,
and we'll, I'll see what I'm my own boss, so you see if I can swing it.
Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but definitely it'll be a good cause, and I think it'll be a great event for everybody and stuff. All right, so we believe that Zeke Elliott will rebound and at least be no worse than he is this year. At least I think so. And I'm the village idiot. I think our offensive line will be better. Terrence Steele, third year, like you said, keep him at right tackle.
Yeah, don't move anywhere else.
We know Tyron Smith's gonna miss some time. That's the wild card that we don't know. If Tyler Smith, who they've had him completely at left guard, they didn't work him at all at
that
right.
Larry Allen number.
Okay, right.
Yeah, they don't give that to anybody, Mark.
Yeah.
If he's at least a little bit better than Connor Williams, at least if he, I know it's a lot to say, a guy who had so many penalties in college. If he can cut down on the penalties and at least be as good as Connor Williams, the offensive line's not that bad. The big worry would be is whether or not Tyron Smith goes out. And you can get away with the center not being great if you've got two good guards on each side of them.
What about this undrafted free agent they brought in?
We'll see.
Lindstrom.
Lindstrom. Yeah, well, he's come. Listen, he's got pedigree. So,
yeah. You think he can overtake Biotis?
Unfortunately, yes. But I don't know if that's more of a compliment to Lindstrom or is it are you bad mouthing Biotis? I mean, you don't have a whole lot to jump up from. I mean, even Biotis could beat Biotis right now. Like, honestly, like Biotis could come back and all of a sudden just be like, you're like, who the hell is this guy? You're like, and he could be amazing, but is he going to get the power? Is he going to eat the peanut butter?
Well, it's a contract year for him too, and guys have a tendency to play better as a contract year. Happy anniversary to Gina Thorne. Thank you for the super chat.
Yes, happy anniversary.
Happy. It's your anniversary.
We're gonna be great this year, man. We're gonna be a super. I don't know why, but I got a strong feeling we're gonna be almost like New Orleans, but with that swag. You're gonna see. We're gonna destroy. I don't know why, but I got that strong feeling.
Here's where it's kind of funny to me because it's kind of like the talking heads are talking out of both sides of their neck. Because they keep talking about the Eagles. Eagles are going to be a great team. Eagles, they've done so much to improve and stuff. And I was sitting there looking at one rating. They were talking about the top 7 defenses. And surprisingly, they're thinking that the Cowboys could be the 4th best defense in football. I think that's a possibility if that front 7 can play like we think that they may be able to. And again, getting Anthony Barr, I think would enable the Cowboys to be able to really use Micah as that X factor and just move him all over the place and make teams have to figure out where is Micah at and confuse the hell out of him.
We can't help, but to be better, Mark.
Yeah.
Let's all not forget that we had Jalen Smith as our starter last year going into the season, and he's not on any roster. So if we get Anthony Barr, he will be a starter. So
that's a great point.
Are we going to have to trade for Anthony Barr? Or is he
he's a free agent.
No, free agent.
And allegedly for the right price is the big question.
He wants to hear.
Yeah.
My sources tell me he wants here. But it'll have to be a 1-year deal and probably maybe $8 or $9 million. It's whether
I'm thinking about 8.5.
It's whether Dallas wants to go that high, but I don't know how you don't do that.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Well, they didn't for Bobby Wagner
or Hitchens. I mean, that's where the other possible. I mean,
listen, Anthony Barr is probably going to.
Anthony Barr.
Anthony Barr, I think is going to
be.
Hitchens got too many miles on him now.
Mark in our system.
Yeah,
that is true.
And then, okay, so then you look at another poll, and then you see the Cowboys offense. They say the Cowboys offense drops, but they still think they're 10th. Okay, so you're saying the defense is 4th, and you're saying the offense drops dramatically to 10th. How is it you look at that 4th-rated defense and 10th in offense and say that the Eagles, who are in neither position anywhere close to the Cowboys, and that's a better team?
They believe the hype too.
I mean, I'm just kind of looking at that. If you're saying that the Cowboys defense is going to be about the 4th best in football, and you say that their offense is going to be a top 10, how can you turn around and say the team is going to be bad?
I still got them going 12-5.
I'm going to say 11-6. I'm more conservative. I mean, that's what I said last year.
Definitely, the Eagles got better than last year, but it's not. Like you said, like they said on the TV, it's definitely not a 30 to 40 point difference,
Well, think about this now. Since the Super Bowl season, I think they've gotten one victory over the Cowboys with Dak Prescott as the quarterback. Their last victory of the Cowboys was with Ben DiNucci playing.
Yep.
Right? You got a quarterback that is 25-6 in the division. You guys still get?
Yeah, I don't see Philly being much of a threat.
Now, that's not to say Philly won't be a better. I think they will be a better team, but I'm not sure that Hurts is going to be able to do all the things that they think that he's going to be able to do.
Well, the guy doesn't have an arm to throw. I mean, at best, he could probably throw 30 to 35 yards. He just doesn't have the arm strength.
Yeah. And I'm with you on that one 100%. That's where, and you still look at, now maybe they'll sign some free agents, but I still think their safety and cornerback, they're hurting. You're going to be able to go over top of them.
Not to mention, I don't know why you go get an A.J. Brown, who's a deep, threat anyway.
Yeah.
If
you can't even throw it to him.
Yeah, I'm sitting here listening to Philly run his mouth. I love Philly. Don't get me wrong.
Philly 500.
Shit. Yeah, Philly knows your shit. And he's a hell of a fan, but they have no secondary.
Yeah,
okay.
The offensive line, man, that's the thing.
Their offensive line is shaky. He keeps saying, because I heard him tell Mark, well, offensive line, defensive line. Yeah. I'll take our defensive line every day. I'm sorry, we have the best pass rusher on the field. Who on Philly is better than DeMarcus Lawrence? You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah, that's a definite bad.
Dallas has Amari Cooper again, but we don't need a receiver.
I tell you what, I am excited about our front seven. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I see so much damn speed that people's our head's going to be swimming.
People get caught up with names, but like with primetime Phil, he was calling for Ridgeway.
Mm-hmm.
He is nasty, Mark. He's nasty.
Yeah.
D. Williams is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the right kind of people on the line. I mean, I'll be shocked if we're not better than we were last year.
But I want to see Conway.
Well, we're definitely starting off in a better position with more experience in this system than we did last year. Remember, we first started the season, basically everybody just kind of had a cup of coffee with each other. I mean, think about it. We brought in, and everybody was coming off of an injury, from Hooker to Keanu O'Neal. Let's see, who was the other one that?
Curse was a nobody.
Curse, right? Curse was basically a journeyman that everybody was like. There was no free agent signing that anybody said, "Oh, great, we got that guy." Everybody's just like, same old fucking Cowboys.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, but that just goes to show you, it doesn't matter who you were or who's somewhere else. When you have a guy like Dan Quinn who can coach up a defense, you see what he does. I mean, you see what he did for a guy like Jaron Curse. So
I mean, and that's where I get a little possible excited about a guy like Fowler. I mean, that's the only reason why
we're forgetting about Fowler.
Well, see, here's the thing about Fowler.
A guy like him.
I tell you what, go look at the numbers for Atlanta. He was their leading sacker with 4.5 sacks,
and he was their main guy. I mean, he was
their only guy.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, Just stop him. If we stop him, okay, he doesn't have to be the guy. You're going to have to worry about Micah. You have to worry about D-Law. And like you said, maybe Ridgeway. You have to worry about OC. You'll forget about Fowler. Fowler should have 7 or 8 sacks just because he's not the focal point.
I think we all know that they're going to double team D-Law.
Yeah.
Fine. Double D-Law. You got Fowler coming off the edge. You got Micah.
Mm-hmm. And you even got Williams. I mean,
and you got Williams
too.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Yeah.
And you haven't. Again, like I said, I think I've emphasized it. Like with him, like when you watch him, like he makes no moves. Like he has no. It's like all it was speed and just like don't touch me, you know. And that's how he got his sacks. But otherwise, like if he could just be like,
but hey, when you are 260 pounds and you're running a 4.46, use that damn. Listen,
and that's all he was doing. He was just like he was just like,
impressive though that you can bend and stay low and beat.
At that speed,
that's very impressive.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Speed rush him.
Well, yeah, but as soon as he can add put your hand up, smack him. As soon as they can start teaching him that stuff, that's where
get him to do that jab, step, and rip, come back across the face. Because if he gets the offensive tackle to step with him to the left and then shoots to the right, he's not going to be able to keep up with him. So yeah, you're right, and that's where you have a Dan Quinn. And I see the thing is, a lot of times you look at a named player and say, oh, he's a great player, but does he do what you do in your system? Because not everybody is a match up. And see, that's where Jaron Kearse was the type of guy that they needed to do exactly a certain set of things and fit into the system, and that's why he thrived. And you can look at this whole thing that Dan Quinn loves tall guys. Everybody is like 6-something. You know, you look at John Ridgeway. He's what, 6'4"?
That just closes up the windows, Mark. You know, you got a quarterback dropping back. You got a 6'2" guy out there. Those windows are shrunk in half.
And see, that's where John Ridgeway is key because, see, and why I wanted a Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is like an eclipse. And for us, we never close down the middle. The quarterback has got a wide open field of vision because there's no pass rush. But you get a guy who's 6'4", 6'5" in the middle with his hands up, you're not able to see everything breaking in there the same way. And that's the thing that's been missing from this defense forever.
I know it's one of those pick your poison. How do you want to die? Do you want to die slowly, or who do you want to come in and take you out?
Right. I agree with you on that 100%. And if the Cowboys, I hope they really try and use the 12 personnel. I know I've talked 12 personnel to death, but Ferguson, as he put it in one of the interviews yesterday or the day before, when he played in college, it was blocking on first down, blocking on second down, and most of the time blocking on third down. If he's able to block well and become a security blanket and we're able to run that 12 personnel, we will get the running game going. And if we can get the running game going and being balanced, play action will be eating people up. And you might not need the CeeDee Lamb. One other thing that's kind of crazy to me is they keep talking about how bad we're going to be without CeeDee Lamb, right?
You mean Amari Cooper?
I'm sorry, Amari Cooper. I'm having a brain fart. Amari Cooper was 865 yards last year. How come they're not talking about how much Green Bay is going to be hurt without Devontae Adams?
Yeah, they lose more than what we did with Amari.
Devontae Adams was like 1,500 yards.
Exactly.
Devontae Adams was more yards than Cedric.
Adams was a beast.
Yeah, okay. But check this out.
He was uncoverable.
Check this out. They lost more with Devontae Adams than we lost with Cedric Wilson and Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
And you go to the next receiver down they have is like 575 yards.
Yeah.
So who's going to make up for that?
Personnel. We have to start out the season 12 personnel.
Yeah.
Because we are not – I do believe that CD might struggle if he's going to be double teamed. And then we're going to rely on a rookie. So – and then we have Washington, which we don't know. I understand Washington's a good ball player, but we need to run 12 personnel to take the pressure off our outside because Gallup's not back in the mix yet. And I think we'll be fine.
Oh, I think we will too. Yes.
You got to remember this too.
What's
Green
that?
Green Bay also lost Marquez Valdez-Scanlon too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But of course, Green Bay, they're going to be great. Yeah. No problem. And it's kind of like, wait a minute. If you're saying we're going to be losing 865 yards, then what are you going to say about losing 1,500 yards in production?
I think with the loss of Amari, James Washington probably picks up at least 500 of that 856 yards that we lost with Amari.
Yeah, Troy. Yeah, I get excited, Troy.
James Washington's going to be out around the call.
Yeah, I get excited, Troy, with anything new with the Dallas because new is good, but James Washington was good.
And he is.
Let's not forget how good he has a lot of talent, and I think that it wasn't really shown as much with Pittsburgh and declining Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah,
I think there are guys there in each spot with the receiving thing. If you really individualize them, I mean, you got CeeDee Lamb leading. It's the question: can he be that number one? I think that's still going to be the question.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
I think he's going to struggle a bit.
I think so too. But if you look at guys like T.J. Vasher, I mean, if you look at his college, he was the leading receiver in that conference. I mean, he has his own spark to him, so he's an unknown. But if you really followed him, he was a star where he was at. You know, so it's like there was a lot of these guys there. Even Simi Fehoko, people are like, he ain't gonna do anything. Simi was a star. He had 200 and something yards receiving in a game.
If nothing else, they had to come back. 9 route. They were like, stretch the field.
Yeah. In that game, they were like, look, we need to win the game. We are behind. Him and the quarterback hooked up. Boom, boom, boom. 200 something yards. They won the game. Like, he was a star. Like, each person has their story, and I think when you build this team, that's each one has a heck of a attitude they bring. But not only that, they bring some talent. That's the unknown.
James Washington
that Brian's talking about.
James Washington in 2019, 44 receptions, 735 yards, 16.7 yards per reception
on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
And you don't think he's going to have something to prove?
Mm-hmm.
He may be one of these guys where he goes out and he gets 1,000 yards and he gives us another 4th round and he gets signed to a multi-year deal next year with somebody else.
Yep.
Or us. I'm not saying he's not going to be signed by us, but all we care about is getting maximum production, with a guy, and I think that's perfect. I mean, I love James Washington. So,
well, I
saw that game that you was talking about Simi Fehoko when he was at Stanford. They played UCLA. He caught something like 13 passes for 250. It was over 250 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, people will make an argument that college is not the same, and I get that totally. I mean, different divisions, all that stuff. But did you shine when you were called upon? That was the question.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. Like,
his problem is going to be getting off the line of scrimmage, his handwork, But listen, he's had a whole off season. We don't know. He didn't get many opportunities last year. Let's give him an opportunity. I'm excited about it.
Well, when we think about if we're saying that maybe we get a James Washington becomes a Randall Cobb. Randall Cobb, after 2014, which was a monster year for him, 91 receptions, 1,287 yards, 14.1. From that time on, he just went straight downhill, 829, 610, 653, down to 383, and basically Green Bay said, sorry, son, you got to get up out of here. You suck. He comes to Dallas, gets 55 receptions, 828 yards, 15.1 yards, a career.
And gets a way overpaid
contract.
The Houston
right.
Texans. But,
and here's what's funny.
God bless him.
But see, here's what I find funny, though. He goes with the Houston Texans with everybody says Deshaun Watson is best quarterback since sliced bread, and he drops 4 yards per completion and basically goes from 828 yards to 441. Interesting. So is that the Dak effect of actually playing with the Cowboys and Dak Prescott? Because even when he went back to Aaron Rodgers, he only had 375 yards last year.
Now Phil, is he going to play the slot? That's the thing, because you remember, like Mark just said, with what's his name? They went to Houston.
Randall Cobb.
Yeah, Randall Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
He out of the slot. as long as we have a slot guy coming out, I think Dak. That's Dak's baby.
That's the butter.
And,
that's the butter spot on his offense.
So if
Washington can catch,
I don't know that Washington plays a slot. That's the only.
No,
thing.
it could be Tolbert. Tolbert. It could be Tolbert.
That's
a good one right there. That Tolbert.
Which is why I'm skeptical. And we need to run 12 personnel just to get Tolbert's feet wet a little bit.
Randall Cobb is still in Green Bay, C-Nix. In fact, he's one of their most experienced receivers now that they have Devontae Adams. They've got some problem at wide receivers for Green Bay right now.
See, if this is any other team, honestly, and you get this many uncertainties, I think you worry. But when you have the coaching staff, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about Kellen Moore, obviously, but you got your offense, so many stars within that offense that you can kind of hopefully overcome what he has. But then your defense, your coaches is what's overcoming the inexperience that you may have in the NFL level.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where you're hoping that effect will hopefully help them. But yeah, of course, there's uncertainties and things can go always the opposite way. But I don't see that with this type of attitude. When you have that type of attitude, you don't want to lose. You don't want to fail.
Remind me who the two receivers were before CD. I know Jerry Jeudy was one. Who was the other?
Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs.
Who was it?
Henry Ruggs.
Okay, Henry Ruggs. Okay.
Yeah, he's in jail.
Raider, he's in jail. Yeah.
Look at those two receivers. What kind of quarterbacks did those two have?
Well,
maybe average?
Average,
I'll take Derek Carr.
Derek Carr is pretty good.
Yeah, I like Derek Carr.
Okay, well, Ruggs,
he's your guy down there. I'm not personally, but
I mean, Ruggs was a star.
And Judy had Drew Lock.
He messed up.
That's all.
But you look at CeeDee Lamb. He's got Dak Prescott. Dak is a dangerous quarterback. There's no doubt there.
He can dunk, Dak.
Since college, he was dangerous.
And here's the deal, though, with Dak. Dak especially, he needs to be able to step up in the pocket. And if you got Connor Williams and you have Tyler Biadasz getting blown back in your face, it totally throws the offense off. So I mean, let's just please pray that either Tyler is getting stronger because he's probably in the weight room right now as we're doing this live stream because he knows that Lindstrom is right there along with other people. If that can step up and give that that's what it's all about.
Cowboys 1972 says Carr and Dak are on the same level. Anybody want to respond to that?
No way.
I think Dak brings an added.
He adds a mobility. I mean, he's a little afraid to do it right now, but I think he has that. He's bigger. You don't want to get hit by Dak as much as you would Carr. As a linebacker.
We saw Dak in the playoff game against Seattle say, you know what? I have nothing open. I have nothing. Yet I'm gonna get the first down.
Yep.
And that's the difference between Dak and Derek Carr. Derek Carr does not have that ability. So anybody that's chatting about that, you're off base.
Yeah, I'd agree on that one. I'm sorry. I'll take Dak all day long. Now, Dak. Now, here's the thing that Dak doesn't have. Hold on. Wait. One thing. Here's the one thing that Dak doesn't have that Derek Carr has. Derek Carr gets the calls because that bullshit ass unnecessary roughness that they called on Micah Parsons, where he literally touched his helmet when he ran, is some bullshit. That's the only thing that Derek Carr has over Dak. He'll get the calls. Dak won't.
And we don't want to mention the pass interference calls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're 2.5 point underdogs, by the way, opening day.
That's fine by me.
I was seeing somebody in the news. They were talking about Jake Ferguson, and they were talking about how there's a possibility that this guy doesn't make this team. I'm going, what? At what point do you think
clickbait?
Like that? It just goes to prove. I mean, how much are they actually saying other than just talking about the Cowboys? It's like they don't know the offense. I think this guy fits better than Dalton Schultz does. Yeah. So it's like I don't understand that whole.
So we're saying Jeremy Sprinkles is better than him. I mean, basically,
the basketball player from a couple of years ago was on the team for 3 years. So that I have no idea what that.
Yeah, Rico Suave.
Yeah, Rico Gathers.
Yeah. And that's the thing that gets you is, people will hear something and believe that it's the be all end all. And so much of the stuff is just straight up bullshit.
It's literally clickbait, Mark. It's literally because they know that Dallas has the most fans across the country. It is what it is. They just want to, provoke. That's all they want to do.
Well, they do a good job of that because, you get so many Cowboy fans that will take it verbatim and come throw it back at you. My man Rashid, I love Rashid, but Rashid is always he's still calling Dak Prescott a dink and dunker. It's like, listen, Rashid, the last thing you need to do is talk about somebody else's quarterback with you and Daniel Jones, okay?
And he died.
But yeah.
But it is what it is.
By ghosts out there.
Yeah. That black cat was out. That's what happened.
That's definitely what. They've had the black cat since 2016. They have been ass since then, and still people, again, just like last year, think the Giants. Oh, they're much improved. They're gonna. It's like no, they're bad. They're rebuilding.
They're the Giants.
I saw an article where they were saying that they were, they just jumped from what they were to a playoff team. I'm like, with two guys that no.
When we had Quincy Carter, we had Drew Henson, the Cowboys were the Cowboys. You know what I mean? You got Danny Dimes. Okay, good luck with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like it's just reversed from the Washington football team to the Eagles. That now everybody's on the Eagles bandwagon that, they're going to be great. And it's kind of like,
Fitzpatrick going to the Washington.
I'm not on that bandwagon there, but y'all do you.
Ryan Doyle has a good question there. How many of our 5th round picks make the roster? I think it could be a good percentage. I mean, you got Clark.
Well, we know Jermaine Clark is going to be on the PUP list, so basically you don't have to use a roster spot for him.
Yeah, you got Ridgeway.
Ridgeway definitely is going to be on there because I think it's going to be him and Quentin Bohannon fighting out for a spot.
Now the big thing is how many of these free agents going to make the team, because they said a lot of these free agents have a huge chance of making the team.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out to Ava with the super chat. Appreciate you, Ava. Ava, did you get your Jobardi? I got the other stuff. I got to send separately, so I couldn't put that in the same box. And we'll get the other stuff because we're still working in the workshop on the other stuff. But I hope you got your Jobardi that's signed by Michael Irvin, the playmaker.
So yeah, the other two are Matt Walesko, which come on, you know he's making it into that line.
Yeah.
And then Bland.
He could be the swing tackle, right?
Your cornerback roster is not deep, so I mean he has. I think you, not to say hitting wise. Now there's a difference between making the roster and actually hitting stars. That could be a little bit different. But I mean I'm not sure about Bland. Maybe Walesko definitely has a lot of potential. Clark, of course. Ridgeway.
I'm curious about Marquise Bell. I know he was a free agent.
Yeah.
But he's from right down the street from me. He's from Bridgeton, New Jersey. And the Eagles, I think it was a couple weeks ago at the draft, the Eagles were very upset. To me, if you have a 7th round pick, which we didn't, why wouldn't they have drafted Marquise Bell? Mm-hmm. He's from like right around the corner from me, and he is a stud. If you do your homework on Marquise Bell, he's moved to a couple colleges, but he's got the size and the strength. The Eagles are upset that he decided to sign a free agent deal with us as opposed to them. So a guy like that is interesting to see if he's going to make the team. I think all of our draft picks are on the team. That's the bottom line. I mean,
oh, Brian,
this was definitely a roster building draft for us. It's not a lot of sizzle and guys that are going to be a lot of jerseys bought and stuff, but these are guys that end up being the heart and the souls, the meat and potatoes of the team.
Dirt. Yes.
Yeah. Do you think Walesko is going to be the swing tackle?
I hope not.
I think he's got a lot of work to do. That's just my opinion. I didn't know much about him. Just looking at his frame, he looks like he has a lot to work. But from what Primetime Phil was saying, and from what everybody else is saying, he's held his own and then some.
Yeah,
I mean he's really good, but we'll see. I mean he's out of North Dakota.
Yeah, you wonder with the level of competition rising if can rise to that occasion, you know. But
he might be a guy who needs a year of a little strength and conditioning.
Right.
You got
possibly.
two guys there. You got Josh Ball and you got Waleska.
And that's where I think Josh Ball
1-1 there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what Josh Ball coming back basically after a redshirt season last year, see what he has. And I'm hoping that he'll be able to become the backup for Tyron Smith, and that we can focus on Tyler Smith just being a left guard. I don't want him to have to try and learn both positions and be a jack of all trades. I'd like him just to be focused on becoming a really good guard right now, because that will make all the difference in the world.
Yeah,
too many times we saw Connor Williams and Badish just driven right straight back into Dak's lap, and I don't want to see that ever again.
Yeah, Josh Ball had nothing to do but get stronger. He didn't get to the field. He had plenty of time to get stronger, get in the weight room. If he's not good enough this year, then all right, see you later, Josh.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go.
Yeah. Shout out to Lucky Gardenia. How you doing today? Ava Garden and Alicia. What's up, Alicia? Shout out to all the ladies in the place with the style and the grace. Weakest point on the field for us. Still worried about linebacker. Still possibly worried about wide receiver. How about kicker?
I say O-line still. I want a veteran O-lineman.
Yeah, we need to upgrade that O-line a little bit more.
Well, will Penny Pincher Steven add anybody?
All I want is Anthony Barr and an offensive lineman, and then I'm good to go.
Too bad we couldn't get J.C. Treader.
See, that would be the guy. Yeah, that would be my other guy in the offensive line, because then you could feel good about putting him at center. But
well, with him being the president of the union.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
that's what I keep hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, with him being president of the union, that him and Jared probably would have been clashing.
So my fear would be Kellen Moore. I think that's my uncertainty is Kellen Moore, what he's gonna do.
What he can call
yeah, I mean, you got weapons there. Somewhat weapons. I'm not going to say they're elite weapons or anything like that, but I mean, you definitely have some people that can make some, each one has a punch to them, different types, haymakers, other ones have a little side punch, jab, stuff like that. But, your tight ends are more the jab people. But I mean, you have a lot of people there. It's just, how's Kellen Moore going to do it? I mean, he had a star like Amari Cooper and was not utilizing correctly.
My question to you, Phil, is in that meeting room, is Mike McCarthy going to open up his mouth and say, no, Kellen Moore, this is what we have to do to be successful? Let's not forget Mike McCarthy's background, his pedigree, his offense. Yeah. I do not want to see three wide receivers down in and down out when we don't have Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup's not on the field. So we need to rein Kellen Moore in, and will Mike McCarthy do that?
I'm hoping so, because I mean, if you got most of his training with a Jason Garrett and you're not in his ear about something, then what are you really doing there with?
Well, there was some
he needs to be in there
with the play calling that I saw last year, so I don't know what Mike McCarthy was doing. So I'm hoping that he feels the heat and he's going to open his mouth, because Mike McCarthy's no slouch.
Yeah. I think Mike McCarthy was trying to go ahead and put it out there that, okay, he's not as good as you think he is. Okay. And sometimes you got to let a guy fail so they realize, oh, shit, he isn't that good, is he? Because if he goes out there and he kind of takes control last year and everything else, they'll say, well, why didn't you let the new guy? Maybe Kellen Moore would have been better. That's why Mike McCarthy was like, no, I wasn't doing the play calling. The installer does the play calling, and that's Kellen. So now, of course, he's got his back against the wall. Let's see if he goes ahead and takes some, more of initiative on there after letting them know that Kellen Moore is not the genius that you think he is.
And I'm on record right now saying I'm not going to be involved in any bidding war for Sean Payton.
No,
yeah, I'm reading articles about that. Listen, Sean, if you want to come, it's a privilege for you to coach the Cowboys. We're not going to bid.
But you know what? New Orleans still owns his rights. You're going to have to give us draft picks.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what we got to give up, but they ain't, as far as some bidding war, no, thank you.
Well, I mean, I'm not I don't care what Jerry Jones pays him because that has nothing to do with the salary cap. And it's not like Jerry Jones doesn't have plenty of money to spend. It's the draft picks that I have to look at and say I don't want. Quite frankly, I think I would rather have Dan Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely Dan. Yeah.
Because now you're just talking about elevating a guy.
To give up.
I just worry about. I mean, I like Dan Quinn.
Stay focused on the defense.
Yeah, I worry about him straying away from the. Yeah, it's a different to being like a coordinator and a leader of a small group of men, rather than being a team head coach, which is like a CEO type of deal. You got to oversee everything. I like Dan Quinn being the defensive coordinator.
Good point.
Yeah, but I understand what Mark is saying though too. I'd rather see that happen than to be giving up everything. And
I'm with it, but it's not 100%. We can't sit here and say it's going to work out 100%. Yeah, it's a little sketchy there.
Unless he's the type that will learn from his past and go, okay, I'm going to focus still on.
We can only hope.
And still be head coach.
I would definitely go your way, but I'm just skeptical a little bit.
Yeah, it's understandable.
I hear you what you're saying, but you know what? I could still be the defensive guy and get myself my offensive coordinator because I'd rather see the consistency. I mean, you literally have players that are, from Sam Williams basically saying, I don't want to get on the plane. This is where I want to be. And, Micah Parsons, all of these guys are bought into that. You don't necessarily get players that really want to be someplace and be with a guy like that often. I'm not sure everybody's that way with Mike McCarthy on the offense or not, where they're do or die. But those guys want to succeed not only for themselves, but for their coach.
Yeah, if Dan Quinn's here, then we're probably going to have a new offensive coordinator. Because I don't want somebody who's just throwing darts at a dartboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's where I get excited about the two liking each other. It was like both of them walked away from the situation very like, okay, I want to coach him. And the other one's like, I want to be coached by him and stay here.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great combo to walk away and both have that and eat immediately,
Yeah, and that's a rare thing because that's a guy who wants to learn his craft. And when you think of a guy like Taco Charlton or somebody like, let's say, Carson Wentz, they say, is not real coachable, that he doesn't take that criticism and doesn't really, he just believes that I know everything, and that's part of the problem and part of the reason why they got him out of there. When you take a guy like a Taco Charlton, when, Charles Haley says, I question his football IQ and his desire and stuff, and he turns around and says, Charles who? You're not open-minded to understand that people before you know a lot more than you do. And this is a thing that you constantly have to hone your craft and be open to being taught.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I see 3rd and goal. Maybe the problem isn't Kellen Moore. Perhaps the QB isn't good enough. Let's talk about that. I disagree. 3rd and goal. I think Dak is more than good enough. I think if Dak had the Eagles' offensive line last year, I think that it would have been. I think we probably would have beat the 49ers.
We need to play his game more.
We need to play. I'm sorry, Vader. We need to play what more?
His game more.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. Yeah,
He was good in Mississippi, so I think we need to add some Mississippi offense.
Yeah, that was bad. Like the offense towards the end. I mean, he couldn't score because he wasn't making the right calls and stuff.
Yeah. Well, but I'm going to say though too, we did have a lot of injuries going down the stretch. I mean, from Dalton Schultz, of course, Tyron Smith in and out of the lineup.
Execution.
You ended up having Michael Gallup, of course, towards the end with the ACL again. You ended up with Amari Cooper with COVID, and then you had CeeDee Lamb knocked out. We had so much change in the offense going down the stretch, and you had Tony Pollard, of course, with the plantar fasciitis, and Zeke with the PCL. It's easy to coach when you got everybody healthy, but when you are constantly changing the lineup, it's kind of a little harder to coach. Now, that being said, we should have run some damn 12 personnel in the damn playoffs.
It works. Everybody thinks
Legend of 88, we should have never let Sean Payton get away and made him head coach. But did anybody know that Sean Payton was going to be Sean Payton at that point?
That's what their plan was. I mean, I think that was what their plan was. He just got impatient and went,
Yeah.
Well, no. I think what happened was we decided to go with Coach Clapp, right? Is that what?
God.
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely. I mean, he's more of a. I like Jason Garrett. He's a smart man, but he's not a head football coach. And the fact that he coached us for 10 years,
he had 1 year.
I would venture to say that we had 2 teams, maybe 3, in that run that were Super Bowl caliber. So we can look back and go, thanks, Jerry. Thank you very much for leaving a guy who could not get what we needed to get out of these players.
The way we did,
yeah. That still mystifies me. The fact that they hired Jason Garrett as the offensive coordinator after 1 year of being a quarterback coach, and then to turn around and say, "Okay, you're the head coach." There was no experience whatsoever
at play
calling of being, running a whole organization. And to me, they always said that the Cowboys meddled too much of Jason Garrett and didn't let Jason Garrett run the thing. But I think that actually they did it to try and help him, because I don't think that he had everything he needed to be able to run the whole organization. They took the play calling away from him because he wasn't good with that, and he's trying to call plays and run the team. I just don't think that he had it all to be a head coach. Scott Opie, Dan Orlowski is riding Philly's jock. Why is Philly so great now? Did Odell Beckham make Baker a great quarterback? No. Shout out on the super chat. Appreciate that.
Aloha. He's in.
Yeah, he's in Hawaii. Yeah.
It's been 4 years since I've been there. I love that place.
I have a cousin stationed there right now. Son of a gun.
Yeah, I can imagine what gas prices are like in Hawaii right now, because everything's sky high there.
Yeah, that I would say. Food in Hawaii was expensive 4 years ago, so God bless, bro.
Yeah.
Then you got the Flash terrorizing people, everybody over there.
You got the what?
The Flash. The guy, the actor that plays the Flash.
Uh-huh.
He's been getting arrested, all over the island, like just, disturbing people in bars, hitting women that are karaoke. Like, yeah, it's been all over Hawaii for the past couple of months.
Okay, I missed that. Okay.
Yeah, the homeless is ridiculous.
Well, I tell you what, if I was going to be homeless, I think I'd want to be homeless in Hawaii, okay?
Well, that's why there's a lot of people there. You can pretty much live all year round on the beach, worry about
you can eat plenty of coconuts. I mean, at least. Oh, man.
The natural laxative.
There you go.
Kramer Maho, what was that? Been a member for a year. Congratulations, man.
Shout out to Kramer. All right, so we start now with the rookies working with the big boys. And our next OTAs, when are the next OTAs? Let's see.
I think they're the week before Memorial.
Yeah. Let's see.
They're doing the whole Oxnard thing. When?
Are we going to Oxnard again?
Yes,
That's
we
not
are.
till training camp.
Yeah, I know.
24th through 25th will be the next OTAs. And then June 1st and 2nd, June 6th and 7th, and June 9th and 10th. So that would be the time to be in Dallas for Stuart, that first week in June.
There you go.
And then June 14th and 15th is mandatory minicamp. All right, so that's where we are. Anybody got final words before we get out of here? I got some more work I got to go do. Oh, I have to show you guys, like everybody out there. You have seen my Tom Landry pieces before. This one is, we've got some new software and stuff. So this is 100 times more detailed in
now,
there.
is that the one that you guys were showing the other day where it was like a hologram looking thing and you guys were debating on whether to put some paint in there?
Yeah, I found out I wasn't doing it right. You actually have to use spray paint on there, and we actually had to fine-tune the cuts so that way it's actually closer together, and you got to make sure that the bit is super sharp. Here you go. I'll get for you guys.
Yeah, that looks really good.
That looks like it's like wow, and that's literally carved up in there. So we're going to be doing some more giveaways.
That's why you pay for that money for the software.
Mark,
yeah,
is that kind of lacquered in the shine?
Yes,
like a shellac?
What you end up doing is you actually spray paint it with the black paint, and then you sand it, and then we spray it with lacquer thinner. So then it's done. So it looks like a real picture, but you see the depth and stuff in there. I'm actually really excited about the things we're going to be able to do with that and continue to go. And we're going to be doing a lot more of that stuff and giving away and stuff to all you great fans and stuff. So before we get ready to roll out here, I see Mark is over there. It looks like Mark's he then passed the weed a little bit there.
Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm just chilling over here like a villain. But Mark has already let me know that he's going to help us when we do get down for. We're going to be basically tailgating at Stuart's house and rebuilding the place and stuff. So we're going to be hopefully broadcasting live the rebuild and meeting up with a bunch of you great fans and things and be in Dallas. So I'm looking forward to that. I got a lot of stuff to do in the meantime to get ready for it. There is the link up there for the GoFundMe for Stuart's. We're trying to help him out as much as we can, getting his house in order so when he does get out of the hospital and gets back home from cancer, that he is definitely comfortable. I'm excited about the team, everybody. I actually feel better about where we are right now, that at least the Cowboys have tried to address their issues, and hopefully they'll spend some of that cash they still have left over on a couple more pieces. So
$10 million coming on June 1st, right?
Would be nice.
So everybody can give me their thoughts on what worries you, what makes you happy about the Cowboys, and where we go from here.
Yeah, Mark, it's too early to tell with these rookies. I'm very excited. All I'll say is you can't tell me not to be excited right now. And until something negative happens with our squad, I think we're going to win a division again. And as far as going down to Dallas, Mark, just shoot me an email if you're serious about me going and you think I can help you out. Just give me the dates and an email, and I'll see if I can pull it off. Okay, buddy?
Yeah, okay. But I can definitely ease the pain on that. In fact, I know we can ease the pain on that.
I can get to your house. That's not a big deal, but I don't know all the logistics. So just shoot me what you're thinking.
Okay, cool beans. Cowboys for life. What's up, Cowboys for life, man? I didn't see you slip in here.
Oh, Buffalo, yeah.
Hey, I wanted to say
yesterday with some Koreans.
Thomas, who are you talking to?
Say that I'm very pleased with the rookie camp. Yesterday, I watched Connor Smith doing some agility drills, his footing and everything.
Yeah, with the red ball and stuff where he's back. Yeah, he definitely looks like he's got good balance for a guy that's that top heavy.
I was very impressed to watch. I can't think it's Tolbert. He looked good yesterday in the drills too.
Yeah. We'll see when they get the pads on and start going against the veterans and stuff. But so far, so good. I'm just happy that nobody ended up tossing their cookies because they're so out of shape. Victor Foreman, man, what's your thoughts, man?
We need Zeke more in the latter part of the season. We need to run Pollard a whole lot more than we do, because that's a big reason why we wear Zeke out. And by game 8, he pretty much cooked.
Yeah, that PCL definitely slowed him down.
About him, I think we run him way too heavily early in the season, and that's why he wears down so much.
All right. Hopefully hopefully the offensive line opens up some better holes for him so he doesn't have to get pounded in the backfield, that at least he'll be taking on smaller players and, between linebackers and cornerbacks and stuff as opposed to the big nasties and things. But I think the key is going to be that offensive line to everything on this season.
Yeah.
Stacy Stubert, where are you, girl? Stacy? Okay. All right. Blue Virus.
Yo.
Your thoughts, buddy?
I'm excited for the season. I can't wait for Prescott to start throwing to the wide receivers so they can those guys. I'm a little nervous too with Zeke and those guys. I hope we have a good running back this year. Group. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope anything doesn't happen to him. But I think we can go to 12 and 6 this year. That's what my thought is. Right. But and you're welcome, Phil, from last time. I'm sorry I didn't say thank you for following you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that support, man.
There you go.
Very welcome, man.
Yeah, Phil, hit me up, man. I'll help you out.
I definitely will.
Definitely.
I'm going to be going on a family little trip here in this upcoming week, but after that, I'm definitely going to be hitting you guys up so I can get some feedback in different ways. I appreciate it.
All right, well, Phil, and shout out everybody. Check out Primetime Phil's channel, okay, on YouTube.
That. Even if you don't like it, tell me how you don't like it. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see these guys in these jerseys. I mean, they got to earn the stars, so it's kind of nice to see that, but. I mean, it's nice to see them in their numbers and everything. And again, I'm with Brian, man. Anthony Barr needs to be the main focus right now. I mean,
that would
help.
Need
to add some free agency, and I think that would be a great piece. But let's see how this goes. You know how Steven's been this off season, so if there's going to be any kind of counter on that, that's where it's going to be.
Exactly.
Amen on that one.
But thank you, guys. Again, appreciate the supports and even any kind of little views, man. I appreciate that, man.
Your video is funny. I like the key drop.
You're not one of those Dallas fans who just run their mouth and say we're great when this and that. Yeah, you're objective, and that's the whole idea. So you keep it up, man. It's not easy.
Yeah, I just put
hell no.
And there's Primetime Phil's link right there in the pinned at top there. So definitely show him some love here, because Primetime Phil comes in on Sunday, and he's bringing a wealth of knowledge here.
Stacy's back.
There's Stacy.
There it is. I love her background. I love the background. I'm envious of her background.
But look at all that Cowboys. See, what I love is the way you tint the colors and stuff, man.
Yeah, now it's changing. Like I said, man. Like I was like, how can I throw Mark off today? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna keep it changing.
But Mark got the blue going on too. I like that. Mark.
He does that.
Oh well, that's the bar lights that are back there, and the aquarium's light. It's got that blue light
it's
for
working,
them.
Man. Keep it going.
It's working for you. I like that.
Well, and I did turn the ceiling lights on you. I'm kind of like, I'm hearing my Barry White voice, here in the man cave and all.
Thank you. What's up, Stacy? So tell us.
But Stacy, Stacy? Oh, I'm gonna tell Tracy about him. He's down there, Barry White.
Barry White, man.
Sitting in the tent right now.
So Stacy, your thoughts? You happy? You sad? You mad? What are you thinking?
Look more positive since the draft and watching, the film from OTAs, feeling a little more positive now. Now, my question to you, if we get Anthony Barr, is he on the same level as who's that guy that we wanted so bad?
No, he's not.
Bobby Wagner? No.
But he's probably the next level-ish down. I mean,
he's pretty close.
Okay.
Anthony Barr came from a 3-4, but I think he could fit very nicely.
Okay.
He would definitely, let's put it this way, he would definitely be an improvement over, and definitely had a veteran presence to the Cowboys, and we definitely need that. We're very thin at linebacker. Vado.
Hey, Mark, I have a little bit of a comic announcement.
We appreciate you being here, man.
I'm looking for help. If anybody lives in the Fort Worth area.
Anybody lives in Fort Worth area?
I'm looking for help.
You're looking for help?
Yes.
Okay, so anybody in the Fort Worth area, Beto is looking for some help. All right. So,
yeah, we might have to open it up. Yeah, definitely have to figure something out there.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Beto. Mm-hmm. I didn't get that last part. I'm sorry.
A caregiver.
A caregiver. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So looking for a caregiver in Fort Worth area. So definitely, if anybody, if you hit me up with an email because I can forward it to Beto because I've got his email address and stuff.
Hey, good luck.
Mark.
Yes.
So I can send him. Remember the Joe Barty I got from you? When
Yes.
We met? We were all together at the FedEx dump. If you can send me his address. Remember I told you I wanted to send.
Venus.
Okay.
Lola. Did DMV hit the 5K mark?
Checking right now. He was about 18 away last night.
He got it.
Prime time.
Yes, Stacy.
Okay, so yeah, I have your link now. So I'll watch the video before I subscribe, or YouTube will
that's okay. I appreciate that. Like I need to earn it, and I'm definitely good with that. I appreciate it.
All right.
Tell me, and I'm all for the criticism too. So trust me, it's.
I hate it all. What are you doing?
Hey Phil, I think it's easier to do a live stream than it is to do a video by yourself, man. That's tough.
Yeah, that's where the editing yourself, doing it all yourself. Yeah.
He looks like he's like 10 away.
And Brian,
he's at 4.99.
What's that?
You do YouTube too?
Nah, I'm just nah, not really. I mean, I just got into it about 1.5 years ago with Mark. I stumbled onto him.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me a lot of my brother.
I was watching you guys talking about football, and that was good knowledge.
Yeah, it's just one of those weird things that a Dallas fan who I can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's cool. It just seems like you're just a YouTuber. It just seems like you're really good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Welcome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he's got that look and he's got that voice there.
No, he's got that voice and he's got that confidence. He just goes for it.
Come on, man. We know what we're talking about, don't we? We're Dallas fans.
You guys, you know what you're talking about. I understand that.
Yep, amen on that one. All right, did I get everybody?
No.
Oh, there we go, Thomas.
Thomas, there it is.
Me neither. I didn't tell me the guy.
Thomas,
as a hardcore Cowboy fan, I'm glad that training camp is some type of training camp has opened up for us, and I got a hunch about these draft choices and free agents. I think, I think a lot of these rookies is gonna make the team, and and these undrafted free agents, I think they're gonna make a splash in the preseason. I really have that hunch because
I'm with you, Thomas. I totally agree with you. I think every rookie will make this team.
Everybody got to realize something. These free agents were supposed to have been draft choices. They should have been in the draft, but
we forget that the draft was 12 rounds. So,
12 rounds back in the day, and I just got a crazy feeling that I'm not gonna say all, but the majority of the draft choices and free agents that were signed by the Cowboys is gonna make the team. I just have that crazy feeling. If they don't make the team, they'll probably be on the practice squad.
It's not crazy, Thomas. It's definitely
stash them somewhere.
I trust in Will McClay.
Well, ideally, you want to get a good group of guys, all around the same age, young, train them right, and keep them together and get consistency and make those runs.
I just joined, Phil. Subscribe.
Thank you.
And there's DMV's link right there.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Yeah, just dropped that right there.
Yeah, I'm already.
I'm gonna subscribe to him. Yeah.
Yep.
Because if y'all remember when Dan Quinn was the defense coordinator at Seattle, that Legion of Boom team was
number 1.
Very young.
Number one.
Stacey, I got you right back.
Number 1 in takeaways, points, and yardage, and it wasn't even close. If we can recreate that here, man,
some people just have the talent to be able to coach and get players to play at their peak ability, and Dan Quinn is that guy. So
that guy.
But you made a great point with talking about him being a head coach and stuff, because you think about Rod Marnelli, who was head coach for the Lions, although the Lions are a cesspool and it's like one of those places that can anybody win there. But Rod Marnelli was not good as a head coach, but and I'm not sure he was great as a coordinator as much as he was a great position coach working with defensive linemen. To me, he was like a defensive lineman guru, because he could take guys that were nobodies and make them really good players.
He didn't want good players. He wanted the
right,
quote unquote trash.
Yeah, but he made that trash shine. He made that trash shine. But Dan Quinn his calling is like Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips was a great defensive coordinator, but he sucked as a head coach.
Right.
Ooh, yeah.
That's why I was saying, as much as I like Dan Quinn, and he'll probably be the guy if we don't get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's best suited for our D coordinator.
Yeah.
I agree.
Brian, all right.
Us to try to get Sean Payton, because he pretty much is his
Mike McCarthy.
Same as Mike McCarthy. So what would be the point? Okay, I've never seen anyone motivate these guys so much the way Dan Quinn has, and so that coaching is everything. Because
yes, it is, Stacey.
Let's be honest. If we had Parsons and these other guys that we have, if we didn't have Dan Quinn, they wouldn't be playing this way. Come on.
He gets down and dirty with them. He gets on the field with them. He actually does the drills with them.
Yeah.
I'm coach and you're the player. He feels this. He
makes him equal.
And you can tell that's why they respect him and they love him so much.
Exactly, Virus.
Jerry got to do the comments. He got to do he got to play the common sense effect. Whenever you have young players who would literally go through a wall for this man, Jeff needed to say, I got to keep him.
Mm-hmm. He did. That's why he did. Jerry recognized that too. That's why he did what he had to do to keep him here. And I think it's what Mark said. He whispered a little something in his ear. If this stuff goes south, you stay right here. Just in case.
You ain't going nowhere.
No, because this is your job eventually.
And not only that, you got workers who work at the Star that look up to him. So that's huge. That's huge.
It means everything.
Right. And and I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that in the New Orleans game. When the players were just, when the players just looked up to him, nothing against Mike McCarthy, but when the players was just looking up to him, especially after the win, I knew that, I knew then. I said to myself, that's gonna be Mike McCarthy's successor. He is going to be Mike McCarthy's successor. Y'all can say Sean Payton all day long. You can say that until you're blue and black in the face. But I think it's gonna be DQ.
And see, he can relate. The thing is, he relates so well with the players, because when we were last year, when they were talking about him using Run DMC to basically try and get them to understand the playbook. So they're like, he started rapping. I can't remember which Run DMC rap it was he did, but he's going through. He's like, okay, I want you to write down all this, and he's going through and he's rapping this whole thing to him. Or like you said, when he's down there and had Quentin Bohannon get off and he jumps in, at his nose guard and things, that the players dig him and can relate to him. And having had him, he was like me. He was a small guy, but he played nose guard. So he understands what it's like to be there and how important it is to control the middle of the field. And that relationship is just a hard thing to get with players, to get them to truly buy into it. And that's why I really, really like him a lot.
Yeah, it definitely brings a good culture.
Yeah. And I believe that the Joneses believe in him a lot more than they believe in Mike McCarthy.
Oh, yeah. You're right, Mark. You're right.
Yeah.
Defense.
And you know, Mark, and I think if it wasn't for Dan Quinn, the Jones family would still be in that sizzleness.
Yeah.
I think they would still be. I think they would still be in that sizzleness. You know, I think Dan Quinn done put him to the side and say, hey, you know, let's draft players, not names.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, McCarthy was the one that was also playoffs, reminding everybody about the playoffs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Dan Quinn were like playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs. Remember what happened in the playoffs?
Remember that happened?
Yeah. We need a big guy. Come on.
I don't know how great he's going to be, but his attitude is beautiful. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for his attitude. Yeah, I'm excited for him. He's aggressive.
He'll be real good.
I think so too. He'll be real good.
Yep. All right, so I have got to go up
Stu
here.
is trying to get hold of you, Mark.
D2 Stu, what?
He's in the chat. He's been in the chat.
What, Stu? What's up? I'm sorry. Brian Green, thank you, sir. Stu, what did I do wrong now? Stuart's always kicking my ass. Hold on, let me check my.
You want to talk about the fantasy football, Jobu's fantasy football?
Oh Lord,
That's
I've got to get those pieces made.
I've been saying that for the longest time. I didn't want to say.
Are we gonna get that together? Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Stuart, my apologies. Okay, hold on. He said I'm in the chat. Said, let me make sure.
I'm with you there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Puerto Rican love, bro.
Let's go.
All right. So Stuart Morrison, let me give a shout out to Stuart. The reason why we are going to Texas, the reason why Mark Torres is going to be pulling up the barbecue trailer and going to try and put Mark Holmes to shame. And the fact that damn Gina, that her kids want to come and help work out there.
Ends, bro.
And we might even have my man Brian Green in here. And we are working on Ava Haggood just dropped another donation for the cause. So shout out to Ava. And Stuart, you're very welcome. We're going to get this thing together and we're going to make it really, really nice and stuff. All I need you to do is focus on getting stronger and getting better. We're going to take care of the rest. And we have been, did I miss anything, Stu? Did I miss anything?
God bless you, Stu. You know, stay strong, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I love weed. Let me copy it again. I took it down when I changed up for Primetime Phil. This is the link for the GoFundMe, and we got some great ideas on. That's the link right there. I love weed. We got some great ideas of trying to get some more. Oh, wait, hold up. We're gonna have to hold on. Stuart's coming in. See, here's what's see a couple of things happening here. One is Stacy Schubert is the spy for my wife Tracy, and now Stuart's gonna be in here. He's coming in to kick my ass now too.
There's biker beard up in here.
There you go.
What's up, Stu? How you doing? How you doing today, Stu?
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
What's up, Stu?
What's up, Stu?
Stay strong, my man.
I done been in here, Mark. Trying to tell you I'm here. I've been saying Marco Polo. Marco,
okay,
I saw you, Stu. I saw.
I'm sorry. I got my hands full
because I'm not feeling great today.
Okay.
But I saw my boy Vato, and that guy, for what he's going through, keeps up with me I love you, Vato. You're in
Shout
my
out to Vato. You're the man, bro.
There you go.
You need to know, as tough as this crap has been, even though I've not met y'all in person, just the prayers in the chat and the support you've been giving me mean the world to me, and I appreciate it.
Yep.
No problem, brother.
That's what it's all about, Stu.
There you
Take
go.
care of our own.
Yeah. I see you got that Superman tattoo.
I can't wait for this season to get started. We're going to take it all, and that's the bottom line.
We need it, Stu. We need it. It's been too long.
That's true.
Yeah.
How are you, Stewie?
You too, Stace.
All right, so we got to get ready to get up out of here. But Stu, we are glad you are feeling well. We need you to feel a whole lot better, but we're going to keep working on getting this stuff together. And
love
makes
to
you
see
feel
him.
alive still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love seeing him on here.
All right, so good people, we are going to wrap this up, and we're going to finish it up with an oldie but a goodie. And here we go.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right, Eddie.
Yeah, thank you guys.
They were always down to 0. They didn't call
Take care.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Later, guys.
Hit me up, Phil.
I definitely will. I appreciate
Yeah, Mark, call me.
Yeah, Philly.
Text me.
Philly.
Don't go anywhere yet.
Philadelphia.
Don't go anywhere yet. Hold on.
Philadelphia cream cheese. That's what I'm about to call him. Philadelphia cream cheese. Fucking bullshit. Fucking rest. It was a fucking stop the first time. Second time. Philadelphia cream cheese. And you didn't call it delayed game. Horse shit.
I think we'll be hearing a lot of that this year.
I hope so.
Oh my God, Phil. I fire his ass. Oh my God.
Do you think he shaves his head more this year?
Oh boy, he probably will.